Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Apun Creative. Hope all of you are doing very well, and today I want to start the series of Biology ke Sant from the lesson of tissue, trailer of which was given already. Now from today we are going to start a series called Biology ke Sant. Let us take a sight into tissues. What are tissues? Everything is given in the previous video. In this video, we are going to learn how the tissue is classified.
Let us start the topic of tissue that is basically concerned with plant. So plant anatomy is also discussed along with the tissue. Myself, author Sheikh Abdul Rahman. Tissue, what is a tissue? Already I have gave the definition. Now I want to make it clear. A group of cells which are living or dead, which are mature or immature, and cell products that have common origin. When something is having common origin, the function will also be same. Just like teachers sitting in a staff room, doctors in the hospital, likewise the person having structural common thing will have a functional common thing. Just like a bodybuilder will have the same thing. Example. Now coming into the plants, firstly let us know what is histology. Histology means the study of tissues is known as histology. Xavier Bichat is known as the father of histology for his outstanding contributions toward the field of tissue study. Now, how the cells are classified in the plant tissues, how the tissues are classified in the plant, let us try to learn it. Based on the capacity of the cells to divide or multiply or give rise to new cells, plant tissues are classified into two groups. First one is the meristematic and other one is permanent. What is meristematic tissue? Meristematic tissue is a type of tissue in which the cell division takes place continuously throughout the life of plant. In Greek, the meristematic tissue, the word meristematic arises from Greek, which translates into divide in English. So from this we can come to a common term that meristematic means dividing tissue. The term meristematic tissue was coined by C. Nagelli, scientist. The tissues which are permanent means which cannot divide, which cannot give rise to new cells, are known as permanent tissues. Now the classification of the meristematic tissue based on their origin, classification is given. If they are embryologically derived, embryologically they are dividing, such type of tissues are called as primary meristem tissues. Primary meristematic tissues can and the cells which has undergone maturation, means once the cell undergoes maturation, the process it will have a specific function, it will not get divided, it will have a specific function to perform. That process is known as differentiation. But sometimes what happens, due to need of the plant, the cell will get redifferentiated, means apart from doing the work that is assigned, the cell again returns back to division phase. Such thing is called as redifferentiation. Some of the tissues we are going to deal. Meristematic tissue at first. Meristematic tissue means dividing tissue. It is based on the origin, embryological origin or mature. Embryological origin is the primary meristem, or a matured one getting redifferentiated is the secondary meristem. The primary meristem is divided into two types. One is, as we can see that the meristem while growing, the growing region, the place where the cells are dividing actively, some of the part will get stuck in between the mature region. Such type of tissues are intercalary meristematic tissues. They will what we call, they will grow once the permanent tissues are removed, or if the plant needs that growth. We can see that example in the grasses. When grazing animals just like goats eat the grasses, again the grass will grow to its fullest, the stem of the grass will grow to its fullest based on the position of the primary meristem or the dividing cells. The primary meristem is divided into two categories. First is apical meristem. Apical meristem is the meristematic or growing area present at the two tip of roots and shoots. And second is what we call intercalary meristem, that is present in between the cells. Apical meristem is having root apical meristem. The plant is growing in upward direction and as well as in downward direction, means the roots are growing inside the soil and the plant is growing towards what we call towards the sun. There are what we call, one is anti-gravity growth and second one is towards the gravity. Coming to secondary meristem. Secondary meristem is the lateral meristem. What is the function of lateral meristem is it will provide the growth of plant. As we can see, this is a plant, its lateral meristem. Most of the cambiums, secondary growth of the plant is due to lateral meristem. The girth of the plant also increases due to lateral meristem. Now coming to the permanent tissues. Permanent tissues on types of cells available, on what we call types of cells. If only one type of cell is available in a tissue, then it is simple tissue. If more than one type of tissues are present, then it is known as complex tissue. Coming into the simpler tissues, there are three types of simpler tissues. One is the parenchyma, second one is the collenchyma, and third one is the sclerenchyma. Parenchyma is present in all over the body. Parenchyma consisting of chlorophyll is known as collenchyma. Collenchyma we say. Parenchyma, if it is storing food, it is known as storage tissue. If parenchyma is storing air, it is known as aerenchyma. Parenchyma is present all over the plant. The shape of the parenchyma is oval, disc, rhomboid or any other shape. It will have what we call intercellular spaces. They are coming to the function of parenchyma. The function of parenchyma is synthesis. It is because of photosynthesis the food is synthesized, secretion and assimilation. Collenchyma is what we call, here we can see the example of collenchyma. The cells, the protoplasm of the cell is at the periphery. The thick cell walls are present. Nucleus, what we call nucleus, is present at the center, but it's not that prominent. The function of collenchyma is living mechanical tissue. Sometimes if it is containing of chlorophyll, it will perform photosynthesis, or else it's just supporting the plant, means the plant is supported to bear the weight. It is collenchyma is present in the petiole of the young leaf. As we know that leaf consists of three parts: lamina, petiole and leaf bud. The petiole, it is made up of, the petiole, a long stalk, is made up of collenchyma we can say. Last one is the sclerenchyma. In the simple tissue, sclerenchyma is is the dead tissues consisting of the lignified cell walls. This thing is need to be remembered. The sclerenchyma is further divided into two types, sclerites and fibers. Sclerites, as you know, we see the what we call almonds, cell wall, what we call nut of almond. It is consisting of it is providing that stability, that mechanical tissue we can say, sclerenchyma. Fibers we can see that in the pulp of fruits, guava, fruits, we can see the fibers, they are long, slender fibers, fiber like. They will provide stability. Next, coming to the complex tissues. What are complex tissues? If more than one type of cells are present in the tissue or group of cells, we can say such type of tissues are known as complex tissues. How many types of complex tissues are there? There are two types of complex tissues. First one is the xylem, second one is the phloem. Xylem consists of four types of tissue, four types of cells, as well as phloem is also consisting of four types of cells. First type is vessels, second is tracheids, third one is xylem fibers. Four type of cells are xylem parenchyma. Vessels and tracheids are useful in the transportation of water. The function of xylem is transportation of water and minerals. Transportation of water and minerals. The most important thing in this is vessels and tracheids. Xylem parenchyma are the living cells. They are living cells. In phloem parenchyma, in phloem we get to know about four types of cells. They are in phloem tissue. We will learn about four types of cells. One is sieve tubes, other are companion cells, third one is phloem parenchyma, and fourth one is phloem fibers. We know that jute is commercially used and it is mostly produced in the West Bengal part of India. But what are the things that is jute important for? The phloem fibers of plant, jute plant is used to produce jute fibers. Thank you, and subscribe my channel for further updates. And for the topics of biology, the Biology ke Sant will go on. Please support this series. Thank you very much.